Whew, okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the pre-stream. Apologies in advance. I don't know what it's been today. I've been sneezing a lot today. I don't know why I've been sneezing so much, but it's been very annoying. And yeah, I was trying to get the questions together for today's Ask the King and everything. And I was sneezing. Like, geez, what is going on my nose today? It's not even like I'm congested or anything. It's just I just keep sneezing. Something is triggering me to sneeze today, and I have no idea what it could be. Perhaps it is the coronavirus. Perhaps it is the influenza. Everyone joking in the stream chat about it. Har har har. No, I doubt it. I doubt it's anything like that. I don't know why I just can't stop sneezing. So, that being said, everyone, welcome to the stream. It's Ask the King today. That's why the stream started later than usual. Today it's going to be about 3 hours of Q&A. I'll be answering your questions, mostly from the forums this time around. There are a few Twitter questions that I picked, and at the end of the stream, if we have time for Q&A with the stream chatters, we'll do that as well. Quite frankly, we had less questions this time around than usual, but I think the reason for that is very matter-of-fact and simple to figure out. 2 weeks ago, I did a podcast that was very informative, that covered many topics, and that podcast had a Q&A section on it where a lot of you asked your questions then. So in reality, I don't think that, this particular Ask the King kind of got a little bit trumped by everything else going on. You know what I mean? And that's okay. In 2 months' time, we'll do another one. This one will be the end of March. And considering the fact that I have no plans on doing any kind of a podcast between now and then, more than likely that one will be filled up with more questions than this one. Okay? So if the show ends up being shorter than usual, that's perfectly okay. Okay? But we'll see what happens at the end of the show when we open up to, stream Q&A and see what goes on there. Okay? So, the way it's going to work, 3 segments as usual. Well, actually, I take that back. It might just be 2 segments this time around. It really depends on how many questions we have and how long I take to answer them. Actually, let me take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We got about 18 questions. In general, I usually take between 20 to 25 questions a show. So that's why I think this show might be a little bit on the shorter side. Okay? So, FYI, for Ask the King, things work a little bit differently. If you guys cheer, sub, or tip during Ask the King, I am going to give you a shout out. But if you're asking like a crazy, unrelated question, anything we're talking about on the show, we may save that up for the end of the show. If you cheer, sub, or tip right now on the pre-stream, I will absolutely give you a shout out before the show starts, and we'll answer all your questions before the show begins. But if you cheer or sub or tip during the show, and you're asking something unrelated, chances are that's going to be saved up until the end of the show after I've answered everyone else's questions. Okay? So FYI, just so you guys know, that's how it works. So this is going to be about roughly 3 hours, let's say. We'll see how long it takes. The latest I'm going to go is 4 p.m., which is my usual streaming time anyway. Tonight, I am doing gameplay on the late stream. It's going to be Knights of the Old Republic. 2 hours of Knights gameplay later tonight. I hope you guys will join me for that. That's around 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. And we are going to be heading back to that vendor space station to see what's going on there. We're going to be going back to Manon to see if any new side content has opened up there with the new party member we have. And then we'll be heading to the third and final planet, depending on how much time we have. Okay? Tomorrow, we resume regularly scheduled streaming with the continuation of Donkey Kong 64 on the first stream, and then it's going to be the old school throwback Street Fighter gameplay on the late stream, okay? On Saturday, we go back to Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which it looks like we are still doing some kind of interim content, but we're heading into the Android Saga, which should be pretty good. And then Saturday night will be my weekly Pokemon Sword session, where we try to evolve and catch the remaining Pokemon. I have less than 50 to go to complete the Pokedex, which is awesome. Sunday, a full stream of Knights of the Old Republic. So for those of you who like the Knights playthrough and are sad that today we're only doing 2 hours worth, there will be more of that coming up on Sunday. And then Sunday night will be Doom 2, 2 hours of Doom 2 throwback. And then on Monday, more Donkey Kong 64 and Minecraft. Okay, so that's the rough schedule for the entire week, just so you guys know what's coming up. a few additions to the stream today. I know I actually had a little bit of time this morning when I was working on Ask the King. I had some free time. So there's a couple things I did. First of all, there are 2 new cheer motes added to the stream. All right? One is Deathface dancing, and one is me dancing. So for those who don't know how to use cheer motes, when you cheer with bits, if you use DSP, I think it's like DSP cheer is the command for it. When you cheer certain amounts, you unlock an animation that you use in the stream. Well, I updated 2 of the cheering tiers to be higher level with these dancing emotes, okay? So, you might want to check those out today. If you're thinking of cheering, you might want to use the new cheer modes, all right? I haven't had a death face thing in a million years, so it's pretty neat, okay? Now, in addition to that, for those of you who are frequent cheerers, there's actually an ability on Twitch to give out reward emotes for people who are frequent cheerers, okay? And you might be saying, what does that mean? It means if you cheer a certain amount, and you know how there's reward, or there's milestones, tiered milestones on Twitch for cheering a certain amount for a certain streamer. Well, as of today, I have unlocked reward tiers and exclusive emotes for those who cheer on the channel, all right? So, if you have cheered a total of 25,000 bits or more, you unlock the DSP Kappa Face emote just for you. If you cheer 50,000 bits or more on the channel, you unlock the Golden Faced Fill emote, okay? And then, the highest level so far, 100,000 bits cheered in the channel, you unlock the Ultimate Chill, the Rasta Fill emote. All right? So, I'm going to type these right now so you guys can see them. I think it was DSP, hold on. Kappa, DSP Gold, DSP Rasta. You guys should be able to see those. Let me know if you could see those emotes, because I have access to them, but you guys do not, unless you're one of those actual cheering tiers. There you go. Golden Colts has one. Golden Colts, one of the few people who has access to the Rasta Fill emote. There you go. Uzi Gohard has access to the Kappa Face Fill emote. There you go. So does that Not a Mouse. So they're using them right now. These were all unlocked today. Okay. Exclusive. Oh, Spartan King has the Kappa Face Fill emote as well. There you go. Very nice. So, nice stuff. It's just a way to give back. It's not supposed to be an incentive for you guys to cheer or whatever. I'm just saying, these are some nice features to have. Twitch has added these features over the years, and sometimes I just ignore them completely. In this case, this is something that someone designed this for me like a month ago, and I forgot about it. And this morning I had some time. I was like, oh shit, let me just throw this in there. And let me go throw this in there and see what happens. So let's see if you guys enjoy them. I'm sure Bagel Goose has it too. Bagel Goose has the Kappa emote. He's done 25,000 bit cheers. So, well, up to 25,000 cumulative cheers. So, there you go. Okay. No, it was not in my spam folder at all. It was sitting in my inbox, but I just haven't had time. I've been so goddamn busy. I didn't have any time. This was the first morning where, I didn't have to rush to stream. So I was like, oh, since I'm reviewing questions, I have some extra time. Let me look at this other stuff. And I put in the new cheer motes, and I put in these new emotes for levels of cheering. Okay. What's up, Coral Guy? Good to see ya. Golden Colts did the gold emote. Very gold shit. The Golden Fill head. There you go. So, FYI, if you cheer on the channel, there's now more incentive because you can unlock exclusive emotes. Just throwing that out there. And if you're going to cheer, you might want to use the new cheer motes. I'd be curious to see what the new Dancing Death Face or the new the new Dancing Me looks like if people do cheer those levels and use those cheer modes. Okay? All right, so that's the deal, guys. Thank you guys for all your support. I appreciate that. Let's jump right from that into the plug segment. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for all of your support. We're at the very end of January now. All right, so that means if you're interested in pledging to my Patreon, you can at patreon.com/darksidephil. Only about a day left to pledge and have that count for January so you can get your perks in February. To give it a look, anything you pledge helps me out. And you will get a thank you reward or perk, depending on how much you pledge and what level you pledge, okay? I have a Teespring store you can look at where I have merchandise, primarily t-shirts. Buy something from there. It helps me out, and you get a cool collectible. Or you could cheer, sub, or tip during today's stream to get some interaction with me, as I've already stated. If you contribute on the pre-stream, I will give you a shout out before the show starts, but once the show begins, I'll be saving reactions and or answers for the end of the show. All right? Now, before we go into further detail, I just want to say up front, contributions are greatly appreciated, but are not expected, nor are they mandatory. I just want everyone to understand that. Please know that, this stream is about interaction with you guys, having fun with games, but in this particular case, answering your questions since I've been a content creator for 11 years. I love having these interactive shows where we can kind of go back and forth and I can give you some insight into my thoughts on things or things behind the scenes. That's what the show is all about. And that's why we do it this way, okay? So please understand that. Contributions are not mandatory at all. Don't feel like the odd man out if you come here and you're not going to contribute. Keep in mind that I've been doing this for over 11 years. 2.5 of those years, I never even monetized anything. I did it as a hobby because I loved it. I would continue to stream in the future if I couldn't monetize it. That's how I am. All right, I'm a lifelong gamer. I love having this kind of interaction with you guys every day. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here for money, okay? Fair enough? All right. We have a stream stats leaderboard at the top of the screen. This tracks things like top tipper and top cheerer of the stream, so you'll get some extra recognition there if you are one of those people. There's also leaderboards integrated into Twitch that track things such as top cheerers of the month, top cheerers of the week, as well as people who've gifted subs during the week. We're going to give shout-outs to those people later in the stream as well. So there's a lot of ways to get recognition: cheering, subbing, tipping, getting on one of those leaderboards. Out of all those methods of contribution, the way that helps me the most is tipping me, because when you tip me, those are funds I get immediately, and I can put towards very important things like paying bills. Like right now, I just paid my tax bill, and now I have no money. And I'm going to need to raise as much as I can this week to pay other bills and afford to do things like go grocery shopping on Tuesday. So that's what your tips are going to contribute to this week, okay? That's why tips help me more than anything, because I get those funds immediately. Other contribution methods are very appreciated, cheering, subbing, etc. But those have a processing time before I get any kind of positive benefit from them. Tipping is immediate, and that's why it helps me out the most. So please consider tipping me if you can today. If not, don't feel bad. You're not the odd man out or whatever. I'm just saying I'm not looking to gift horse in the mouth. I am grateful for everything, but tipping would help me a little bit more, okay? All right, let's move on to the rules. I have 2 sets of rules on my streams. The first set of rules is very simple. We don't talk about politics or religion. We don't do that because I feel these are derailing topics that get people angry with each other, and they argue a lot, and it derails the stream. So no politics or religious talk on the streams. If we're in particular playing a game that has to do with that, that's one thing. Today's Ask the King. If someone asks me a political or religious question, I decided to actually answer it, that's okay then to have that kind of a discussion as well. But in particular, derailing the stream with politics and religious talk is not allowed. In addition, we don't talk about those people out there who like to make a living slandering and detracting me and basically defaming me, insulting me and my family, making shit up and just being toxic drama queens. They do it to get clickbait views on their garbage videos on YouTube that really are defamation. And if I sued the shit out of these people, not only would they lose their channels, but I probably would get significant damages out of them. But I'm not that kind of person. I don't have the money to do it. I don't have the time to do it. I'm a positive content creator. I don't care about the shit they do. So let's keep that crap off of my stream, all right? By mentioning that kind of stuff on my stream, you're not only derailing my stream, but you're giving them the attention that they so desire so that they can get more people to go watch their garbage content. So please do not bring that crap up on my streams, okay? Fair enough? All right. Let's move on to the shout-outs, because I actually really want to get to the show today. So let's get to the shout-outs, shall we? All right. Hold on a second. It's not working. Shit. Okay, there we go. It was locked. First of all, thank you overnight to Tana Mauner, who did an overnight cheer of 100 bits. Thank you, Tana Mauner, for the overnight cheer. That Anonymous got stuff started here today. Well, actually, no, this was before the stream started, wasn't it? Yes, it was. He did a 50-bit cheer. He says, if you could feed the homeless but only feed them gourmet food, would you do it? Yes. Free For All Cast also did a cheer before the stream started. And he says, Yoshi World Order has 2 questions. One I can answer, and I know you agree. You answer the comments that you tagged in when and if you see them. You really missed a question. I tag you in during streams. The second is, why do you hate Yoshi's Island? If you could improve it, what would you do? And why do you like about Yoshi's Island? What I'm assuming he's saying is, how do I pick questions to answer on stream or whatever? I mean, in general, if you tag me, I usually will see that message and I'll be able to answer it. It all depends on the game I'm playing. If the game is very action intensive or very attention demanding, it's hard for me to see everything that goes down during stream. If you absolutely want me to react to something you say on stream, the best way to make sure I can see it is attaching a cheer or a tip to it, because then it goes into my Streamlabs queue, and I actually get to see it as a queue that I can read on demand later. But obviously, not everyone can contribute, and again, contributing is not mandatory. So if you want to just get a question answered or whatever, or get my attention, you can always try tagging me. You could try highlighting a message with the penne points. There's many different ways that you can try to get my attention. It's just not guaranteed. Understand that. It's not guaranteed that you're going to get my attention on a stream. As for the second half of the question, why do I hate Yoshi's Island? If I could improve it, what would I do? What do I like about Yoshi's Island? What do I like about Yoshi's Island? The soundtrack and the graphics. The graphics are very odd, but they're unique and interesting. The music is outstanding and catchy, okay? Why don't I really like Yoshi's Island? Because it's very, very wonky compared to, like, Super Mario World that's solid. This game, it seems to me like the physics and the controls are a bit floaty and wonky. Just, it doesn't feel as good as Super Mario World at all. In Super Mario World, when you hit water, you have a certain vibe, a certain feel to it. You can get a hang for how you maneuver through the water. This game, it feels like you're walking through muck. It's like, it doesn't even feel like a water mechanic from previous Mario games. It's like they completely redesigned everything in the game from the ground up. Now, some people would argue, oh, well, it's Yoshi's Island, it's not Mario. Like, yeah, but Mario's in it. Yoshi's from Mario, he's in it, and it's called Super Mario World 2. So you're calling it a direct sequel when in reality it plays nothing like the previous game, and that's why I have issue with that, okay? I definitely don't like overall the difficulty level of the game. You know, a lot of the stages require you to look, backtrack, and look for these really secret things, or to know something about the stage to beat it that you wouldn't know on the first go. In Super Mario World, you can easily turbo through almost every stage as long as you have a little bit of, skill with platforming. And then if you want to go back and look for the secrets, you can. And so in Yoshi's Island, it seems to me like a lot of the times you just need to know everything right from the get-go, or you can't even beat the fucking stage. That's weird to me, because that's never been kind of the vibe of Mario. You never need to know a bunch of secrets just to beat a standard stage. See what I mean? So it doesn't even feel like it's in the same spirit as other Mario platformer games. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm saying I just don't like it as much as Mario World 1, okay? All right, there you go. That Anonymous again cheered before the stream started and said if there was an international trial to determine whether games are art, only your gameplay could be used as evidence. What playthrough would have the best chance of winning the trial for video games? I have no idea. I've played like 500 games over 11 years. I can't answer that question. You could answer it way better than me. If you're asking me what art games have been artistic, I mean tons. Any game that has a big arcing narrative could be considered artistic. Any game that has amazing graphics and interactions with the characters, that looks cinematic, could be considered artistic. Shit. Just like, The Last of Us, or any of the Uncharted games. The original Mass Effects, not fucking Andromeda, but the original Mass Effect trilogy, BioShock series, right? The God of War reboot. Those games, you look at them and they're beautiful artistic visions come to life, but also have riveting gameplay elements in them. So, there you go. Sure, you know what? I would agree with Super Sly Gaming. Resident Evil 2 Remake. That's like the quintessential survival horror game now. Like, when I think survival horror, I think Resident Evil 2 Remake is like the poster example of what it should be. And it's definitely art. It's scary as shit. You've got gameplay elements that are very tense. You got jump scares in there. You got the stalker slasher aspect of Mr. X chasing you down. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's continue on. So Nihilistic Goldfish resubscribed for 8 months in a row, 10 total. He says a very chill 10 months. Thank you, Nihilistic Goldfish, for the ongoing support and the resub. Honest Fan did the first actual cheer during the stream. He says you should start a series about test driving new cars called DSP Drives It. I'm not doing that, but that's actually kind of funny. DSP Drives It. Vroom, vroom. We got a motor. Vroom, vroom. Ninstar Rune did a 100-bit cheer. He says, I don't really know how Twitch works. You've mentioned that PayPal will take a cut of any tip that you receive. But what about cheers? You said it takes a month or something before you get them. Do you get the amount in full? If so, would this be more beneficial in the long term versus the instant gratification of tips? The way the bits work, whatever you cheer to me, I receive. Okay? So if you cheer 100 bits, I will receive 100 bits. However, the catch-22 here is that it costs more to buy bits than to spend them. It's hard to explain. Like, bits are, from what I don't understand, bits are pretty expensive. I wouldn't know because I never bought them. So I couldn't even explain to you, oh, this costs this. I don't know. I've never purchased bits. Basically, Twitch/Amazon makes their profit when you buy the bits. Do you see what I'm saying? You buy the bits, and they make money on the purchase of the bits. Okay? Whatever you send me via bits, I do get 100% of. But they make their profit up front. Versus when you tip me, the profit is made during that transaction. Let's say you send me $5. PayPal takes a cut of that $5 you sent me as the processing fee. So, tips, I receive less initially, but I get the instant use of those funds. Versus cheering, I get 100% of what you send me, but there's processing time, and it could take upwards of a month to a month and a half for me to get any of those bits. Do you see the difference? So there you go. In reality, if I had absolutely no issues whatsoever financially, and I was totally liquid, I had tons of money that I could pay everything I needed to pay, then you're absolutely right. If you could choose, I would probably say, sure, cheer with bits because, I get 100% of whatever you guys send me, right? That makes sense. But the truth of the matter is, tips help me a lot because I need immediate help a lot of the times. For example, this week coming up, I just paid a bunch of taxes. I need funds right now to help with everything else. So when you tip me, I get that immediately, and it helps me out. You see what I'm saying? Okay, then. All right. Honest Fan did another cheer, 265 bits to stay the top cheerer. He says, favorite bread to get at Subway, ever asked the artist to smack it for you? No, I've never asked the artist to smack anything for me. That's disgusting. But at Subway, the white bread is meh. It's not very good. The wheat bread is okay. The one that actually has a lot of flavor, I think it was like the Italian urban cheese, but that doesn't really go with a lot of the subs. Like, I would say the Italian urban cheese goes really well with the Italian BMT, which is a bunch of meats like pepperoni, salami, etc. But if you're just getting it with like a turkey, it's Italian stuff with a generic turkey, doesn't taste very good. So it's kind of like the best bread, but doesn't really go with most of their subs. See what I'm saying? So, Honest Fan says, when you ask them to smack the bread, it actually means to pound the regular bread into flat bread. Oh my God, that's weird. That's freaking weird. You ask them to pound the regular bread into a flat bread, but they have flat bread. So why wouldn't you just ask for flat bread? I don't know. Anyway, let's continue on. An anonymous cheerer did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you very much to the anonymous cheerer. The OG Rascal tipped me $1 to get this tipping started for today. So thank you, OG Rascal. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. Thank you for that. Dude, I gotta sneeze again. Seriously, I'll be right back, guys. I told you, I'm having issues with my nose today. I don't know what's going on, but I gotta sneeze again. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. It's so annoying today. It really is. I hope that I don't have to keep blowing my nose today so I don't sneeze all over the place. Okay, that Anonymous did a 50-bit cheer. He says, how do you make yourself feel better when someone does something to hurt your feelings or put you down? You do something that basically makes you not think about it or is unrelated to it. That way, you kind of distract yourself from it. I try not to be too sensitive because I receive probably about 500 insults a day for various things. So I try to, let it just roll off me. But sometimes it does affect me. And what you do is you distract yourself with fun, whether it's games or talking with you guys, or, you know, if I'm not on stream, obviously spending time with my wife or my cat, you know, and doing fun stuff with my family. You know, you try to you focus on the positive, not the shitty things that people say about you, right? Okay. All right, so Lucinda to me $2 and says, my kid is only 11, he's smarter than you, and he's better at video games than you. That's remarkable, Lucinda. You must have one of those, what do they call them? A child savant. One of those children who's like an actual, like, genius. So what you should immediately do is you should monetize that. You should make sure that you have a way to capitalize and make tons of money on your savant child. Whether it's making them the first child graduate of university, maybe getting them on like NASA and having them design like a rocket or something. Whatever you need to do. All right, but hey, man, go for it. Sounds good. Congratulations on having such a smart kid. That's 1 in a million. Most kids are very dumb. Well, there you go. Spartan King did a 100-bit cheer. He says, "Oh yeah, I'm just in time here because I'm super close to the 50K badge. Yeah, when you hit your 50K cheer badge, Spartan King, you will unlock the golden fill emote. That's the next one that I added here. You know, this morning we got the Kappa fill, the golden fill, and the Rasta fill. So there you go. David then, Timmy $1 says, "How's your snout?" Well, I don't have a snout. I have a nose. A snout would be considered for a wild animal. I am not wild. I am very tamed. However, my nose is bothering me today. I don't know what is going on with my nose that it keeps like tickling me and making me feel like I have to sneeze. Not good. Especially not good when you're actually going to be doing a stream. So, mature adult, the 50-bit cheers says, "Phil, I heard there's a handful of people infected with the coronavirus around Seattle. Are you scared? What are you doing to minimize the risk of contracting it yourself?" Well, first of all, you know, I'm terrified of the coronavirus. I think that it's going to basically end the human race as we know it. What I'm doing is I'm flushing my body completely by drinking Corona beer, Corona Extra, constantly. I'm just pounding and pounding the Coronas to hopefully flush everything out of my system. You got to stay hydrated. It's the best way to stay healthy. So pounding Coronas is my solution. It should work, right? So there you go. Hopefully it works. I don't know. Bagel Goose did 100-bit cheer. He says, "Would you ever play Raid Shadow Legends? I've seen ads for it everywhere, but never seen anyone play it. I don't even know what it is, so I guess the answer is no." Then Anonymous cheered said, How would you now lawn if you knew there's a snake in the grass? How would I now lawn if you knew there's a snake in the grass? What? What does that even mean? You mean, how would I mow the lawn if I knew there was a snake in the grass? I would probably try to get rid of the snake, scare it away. I don't want to chop the snake up with a freaking lawnmower, right? That'd be pretty bad. Okay. Rim Logger resubscribed for 20 months. Said, "Phil, glad to hear you're doing this Q&A live." Absolutely. I always do Ask the King live. So thank you very much, Rim Logger, for the resub. 20 months of support. Thank you, sir. Chunky Jack did a $1 tip. He says, "I'm not going to give you money anymore. Goodbye." All right. Thanks, Chunky Jack, for the money that you're not going to give me anymore. I appreciate that. I don't even know what's going on, but thanks for the $1 tip, Chunky Jack. Super Sly Gaming did a 100-bit cheer. He says, "I have a Resident Evil 2 remake hat." Oh, yeah? That's cool. Was that like a promotional tie-in from when the game came out? For the longest time, I had a Resident Evil tie-in sweater. I think it was like Resident Evil Dark Side Chronicles 1 or 2. I had a t-shirt of that because a friend of mine worked at GameStop, and it was a promotional shirt they were giving out, and he had extras, so he gave me one. But that was a long time ago. Okay. Mr. Papavera cheered. He said, "Subway, eat fresh, except when the veggies they have on the cold trays look like they've been sitting for around a week and slightly translucent and soaked up a bunch of water and floppy. Then I just make my own sandwich." No, see, my favorite is when you look at them and they're completely frozen. Because I've seen that too. Like, they come out and they're completely covered in frost. Because you know that they chopped those like 4 days ago. And they just sit in the fucking freezer. And then they take them out in the morning and let them thaw there. That's definitely what I want. A frozen vegetable that they chopped like 5 days ago, and they fucking take it out with chunks of ice and shit all over it. And that's supposed to be fresh according to them. My absolute favorite thing is Subway. is the cold cut combo. The cold cut combo is so fresh. It's 3 slices of lunch meat, different kind. I think one's like bologna and one's something else, combined on a wax sheet and frozen, then thawed, and they slap it into their refrigerator, as they call it, in front of you when they make your sandwich. They're not even taking the lunch meat individual slices apart. It's literally together on a wax sheet. You're eating lunch meat that's been slapped together in a factory like 2 years ago. Wow, Subway, eat fresh. Your lunch meat between 2 wax papers that's been there for a year. Yummy, yummy. Anyway, I digress. Fatball Dracula sent me $1. Says, why am I banned? I never said anything in your chat. I don't know. I don't know who you are. I don't know why you're banned. This is the wrong avenue for me to take a look at it. You would need to email me at darksidephil@hotmail.com for me to look at it, or you could contact any mod. I don't know who you are or what you're talking about. Black Mamba tipped me $1 and says, the new console generation, they got to do something about these updates and game sizes. I went to play Modern Warfare after a 10 gig update, only to be told I need another 10 gigs to play multiplayer. Absolutely ridiculous. It's now 130 gigs in total. Yeah, Modern Warfare is one of the biggest games ever on console. Their excuse is that the graphics are so good that they need that space. For me, luckily it wasn't an issue, but I could imagine for people who don't have a big hard drive, it's probably a huge issue. Remember, the launch PS4s only came with 500 gig hard drive, so yeah, I don't know, man. At least for the next gen, you're probably going to get a larger hard drive, a faster hard drive. So that's a good thing, but, you know, I guess it all depends on the game. Alfred Aponte tipped me $3.40, the biggest tip of the day so far. Thank you, Alfred. I'm going to get you up on the leaderboard. He says, hope you're good. Sorry, I couldn't be on the Yoshi stream. I will never get those emotes. I prefer tipping you, man. Well, I appreciate that you do prefer tipping because it helps me more. It really does. So I thank you. And, you know, I do appreciate that you go out of the way to tip me because you know that it does help me out more. So thank you for that. But, you know, it's all the various things on Twitch that are available. So I got to use what's available, right? I want to at least reward people who are using what's there because it is available as a reward. So that scary chick in 100-bit cheers. And what's your favorite game of all time? I don't have an overall favorite game, but games that would be in that category, I would say would be Street Fighter 2, Super Mario World, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, probably Mass Effect 1 and BioShock. Definitely. Final Fantasy 3/6. Chrono Trigger. Oh, man. Anything above that, I'd have to think a little bit harder. But those, off the top of my head, those would be the games that I've probably either played the most in my life, went back to over time because I love them so much I want to replay them, and or I feel that they were games that really got me hooked on gaming. You know what I mean? Like, I played them back in the day, and I'm like, man, I really want to keep playing games now because this game had such a great narrative or whatever, or felt like a genuine advancement in what gaming was at the time, for various reasons. So, Super Sly Gaming did 100-bit cheers. Says, are you a fan of Huey Lewis and the News? Their early work was a little too new wave for my taste, but when sports came out in '83, I think they really came into their own commercially and artistically. The whole album has a clear, crisp sound and a new sheen of consummate professionalism that really gives the songs a big boost. He's been compared to Elvis Costello, but I think Huey has a far more bitter, cynical sense of humor. It's the power of love, baby. You know? Ain't got money, ain't got fame, ain't got no credit cards to ride this train. But, you know, it's the power of love. That's all I have to say about that. All right, let's go ahead and give a shout out to the top cheerers of the week. Thank you to those who have cheered so far this week. The week is still young. In 10th place, it's actually a triple tie, which actually technically makes it a tie for 8th place between Pepe Sylvia Jr., Boxing Elephant, and Based Black Republican. In 7th place, we got Snakey Eater. 6th place goes to Not Molo. 5th place, Mr. Papavera. 4th place, The Paradox 988. 3rd place, Ladies Man 2166. 2nd place, Joyful Oblivion. And in 1st place, The Villain X. So thank you all. And shout out to the top sub gifters of the week as well. The following people all gave 1 sub. Sundance McGee 69, Super Slade, Frenelit, and Alfred Aponte. And then Boxing Elephant gifted 4 subs. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right. Oh, wait, we're not done yet. We got a couple more contributions that just came in. Excuse me. Spartan King did a 50-bit cheer. He says, I forgot. Do you take live questions from chat during Ask the King? I do. The way it works is we're going to go through forum questions. Then, once those are done, I'm going to do some shout-outs to patrons. Then we're going to do a few Twitter questions. And then depending on time, that's when I see how much time we have left. And usually I do have time to take some chat questions. So more than likely, yes, I will be taking questions from chat. One final reminder, guys. If you cheer, sub, or tip during Ask the King, I am going to give you a shout-out. But if you're asking me a question in particular that you want answered, I'm going to try to save it for the end of the show. So that way we can get through the questions we've pre-established that will be answered on the show via the forums and Twitter. And then I'll save your answers for the end, okay? So FYI, if you actually have a question to ask me, you might want to save it for the last segment of the show. All right? All right, a complete idiot tipped me $1 and says, time to watch Almighty Tevin. Well, send those idiots over there. That's what you do, right? You don't actually attend the stream of the person you're watching. You attend the stream of the shithead who makes a living making fun and defaming the person you're watching completely illegally. Go ahead, complete idiot. Do it. Crash Bandicoot tipped $1. He says, in your own opinion, do you think as a prolific and iconic as Mario and Sonic... Wait a minute. Do you think I am as prolific and iconic as Mario and Sonic? Because I have a long history. I'm technically Sony's mascot. I've been in truly great games. Would you put me in the same sentence as them or not? I mean, yes, but at the same time, you've never been fully utilized the way that, say, Mario or Sonic was. Mario's been around since the 80s and still persists as the top mascot of Nintendo. Sonic, yes, he's been synonymous with Sega. As much as Mario, I would say probably yes. He's kind of the ongoing mascot of Sega. Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot did have a series of platformers that were incredibly popular, and then he had a few racing games, then he kind of disappeared for a long time. And although he's come back with the remakes and everything, I certainly don't know if he ever had the popularity or the longevity that Mario and Sonic has, but certainly still up there. Like, I still would put him in the category of the other top mascots, but I don't think that he's as big as the others, okay? Mario and Sonic have that name notoriety. I don't think Crash Bandicoot does. Fatball Dracula now to me $3.50. It says, I never said anything in your chat. Why would I email you to ask you about it? Just check the login on Bamming. Because I don't know your name. You didn't even say my name on Twitch is Fatball Dracula. You also didn't say that you never said anything. And I don't stop my streams to check. You have to email me at darksidephil@hotmail.com or message another mod live and ask them to review the situation, and they will. I don't derail my entire stream because you demand that I see why you've been banned from the chat. You demand. How about this? I demand that you eat a banana. Go eat a banana. Take that. Enjoy that potassium, motherfucker. By the way, thanks for the top tip of the day. Let's get you up on the leaderboard, Fatball Dracula. There we go. That is $3.50. Okay. Alvaro Ponte tipped me another $1.33 and says, any vitamin C for your health and how you feel? Oh, I do. I take a vitamin C supplement every day. I actually do. It may be one of the reasons why I don't get, like, sick often. Like, you may hear me clearing my throat. Or you may hear me with my postnasal drip bothering me. But you notice I don't get, like, actual sick very often. You don't actually hear me with big congestion or issues like that constantly. I rarely take time off away from streaming ever for being sick, and that's because I think I take the vitamin C supplement. So, all right, Speed Rabbit did 100-bit cheers and narcissistic clown mode engaged. Indeed, Speed Rabbit, it's always fun when you engage in a narcissistic clown mode. So enjoy. Hope you have a good one with doing that. Sounds good. Okay, that is it. Let's start up. It's now time to start with Ask the King. I hope you guys are ready. All right, one more final reminder. Tips help me more than anything, so if you are going to contribute today, please tip me if you can. But I appreciate all contributions. Reminder that if you do cheer, sub, or tip and ask a question during Ask the King, chances are I'm not going to derail the entire stream to answer it right away. You might want to save your questions for the end of the stream. If you have just a comment or saying hello or whatever, that's different. Okay? All right, guys, thank you, and we're going to begin. Here we go.